Hi, I'm Hannah from the Police Digital Security Centre, and today I am going to highlight some of the threats to social media and how you can stay safe. Just a breakdown of who we are for those of you who do not know. The Police Digital Security Centre is a not-for-profit organisation owned by the Police Crime Prevention Initiatives, working in partnership with government, academia, law enforcement and industry. Our aim is to help businesses reduce their risk to cybercrime and fraud by changing the notion that cybersecurity has to be complicated. Many cyber threats can be avoided by taking a few simple steps that are cost-effective as solutions and even free. You can even use these skills at home. We can all play our part in keeping our working environment safe. All of our advice is in line with the government's National Cybersecurity Centre. Social media is a widely popular platform for fraud. This is because we look to connect and engage with people, topics, activities, competitions, campaigns, adverts, and more, and some people might also use it as a resource for information and news. We are always clicking on links and interacting with posts. Fraudsters use this to their advantage to encourage us to click on their malicious links and engage with their content. And to help them be more successful, they use the reputation of businesses. Many social media users look to businesses for guidance, products, and services, therefore building a level of trust with the content being posted from these accounts. So, if the fraudster was to gain control of the business social media account, their posts would be more perceived as genuine, and more people would fall victim to fraud. In this scenario, they might even lock you out and demand a ransom for you to regain control of your account. Another way, they could deceive your followers. They might make a fake copy of the social media account to make it difficult to distinguish between what is fake and what is genuine. Some fraudsters can try and ruin business reputation by writing fake negative comments or pretending as though the service of the business was not up to their expectations, demanding a refund for a product they never purchased, and more. Another word used for fraud is social engineering. Social engineering manipulates a victim into actioning a request, which includes clicking a link, opening an attachment, paying an invoice, submitting a form, providing credentials, and more. This can lead to malware infecting the network, loss of money, identity theft, reputational damage, and when it comes to social media, account takeover. A few examples of scams on social media. These are Facebook scams of fraudsters sending direct messages to a seller inquiring about the furniture they are selling and trying to manipulate them into clicking a link. This could potentially lead to malware infection. The latest trend seems to be fake Instagram competitions, with fraudsters creating fake copies of genuine accounts and running competitions from them. When a follower wins the fake competition, they are asked for their bank details and personal information, but this information would go to the criminal. The left picture shows a bot or scam account claiming that followers could win an iPhone 13 by clicking the link on the bio of the profile. The right picture is of a legitimate business account alerting the customers of fraudsters imitating giveaways that businesses are doing to scam their customer base. As a business, it's important you inform your customers about the potential risk, as it could damage your reputation. And if you are a customer, remain vigilant of these competitions. Search for warnings of whether it's a scam. People will be talking about their experiences, and the genuine account will be informing their customers. If you have entered the competition and you happen to win, take a minute to pause and think about the information you need to provide to receive your prize. In 2018, several verified Twitter accounts were hacked, and criminals used these accounts to promote a fake Bitcoin giveaway by Elon Musk. Verified accounts are often perceived as more trusted sources, and they will often promote charitable causes and giveaways. Therefore, this scam was exceptionally convincing. This method of fraud is still successful, and a victim lost £400,000 in 2021 to such a scam. So even if you see a blue tick, just remain vigilant. If the giveaway seems too good to be true, it often is. Large-scale hacks such as this will most likely end up on the news, and the organisation affected will often release a statement about the incident to advise their customers and users. Some of the red flags to look out for: fake account names or handles, asking to click a link, fake adverts, asking for bank details, Bitcoin giveaways, asking for personal information. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. To keep your online account secure, there are some simple things you can do. If you have previously attended our webinars, you would have probably already heard these tips, but this is where our advice is very universal and is relevant for all instances of threat. A tip to create strong passwords is using 3 random words. As you can see here, when you add special characters and numbers, the password increases in strength. The longer the password, the longer it will take a computer to crack it. Password managers can help you with the many passwords you have to remember by storing them for you. This way, all online accounts have a strong and different password. Password managers will also create strong passwords for you, so you don't have to think up new ones. Enabling two-step verification as an essential layer of security means that a one-time passcode is required in addition to the username and password, so that should these credentials become compromised because of falling victim to a social media scam, the online account remains secure, preventing account takeover. Keeping your personal social media accounts private will prevent you from falling for scams tailored towards you. For example, on LinkedIn, we advertise our employment positions and celebrate when we are promoted, but this information gives a cybercriminal an idea of the structure of the business, who's in charge of what, and their influence within the business. They could then send emails directly addressing the recipient. We are more likely to fall for scams when they become personal, known as spear phishing. A weak password will also contain information that can be found on social media, helping cybercriminals to guess passwords quicker. More importantly, privacy settings will also prevent cybercriminals from stealing your identity. By restricting message requests, it will filter out any messages from people you do not know or follow on social media. Use passcode, Face ID or fingerprint to access your device and apps. On phones, we can now lock our individual apps from access, so if the device was ever lost or stolen, the criminal is presented with more challenges when trying to gain access to our information. By checking login activity on Instagram or Facebook, you can see the location and timestamp of where the social media account is currently logged in and on which device it is accessed by. You can easily remove access if there is an unknown device logged into your account. On our website, we provide step-by-step guides for popular social media channels to show you how to turn on your privacy settings. Make sure you update both the software for the device and the app via the App Store to prevent cybercriminals taking advantage of security flaws. Cybercriminals are not always targeting a specific person or business, but security flaws in software that you happen to use. Manufacturers know of these security flaws and create fixes. These are distributed in the form of updates to patch the software flaws so they are secure once more. It's easy to do and means you are less visible to the criminals. We have step-by-step guidance on how to update popular operating systems. The most important thing you can do is train your staff on social media best practices and the risks they can face. If you have a business account, create a social media policy to act as guidance for your staff to follow. Limit access to your accounts to only those who need the access for their job role, such as marketing. This reduces the amount of people likely to fall for fraud. Set up a separate email address for social media management. If you accidentally disclose the email address to cybercriminals, they are less able to spam employee email accounts or accounts protecting critical assets, or using the email address to brute force their way into other online accounts. Have brand guidelines on how to present your business on social media to restrict content that is irrelevant to the business or inappropriate. In a professional environment, you won't want to post any political opinion or bad language, for example. Include guidelines on confidentiality and personal social media use to avoid whistleblowers. If you are launching a new product, you don't want staff mentioning it to their followers. Revoke access to social media accounts when an employee leaves. If disgruntled outsiders continue to have access, you are presenting more opportunity for them to lock staff members out and ruin business reputation. You may not know of how your staff are really feeling when they are leaving the business, and they may seek revenge. To safeguard your most important personal data and information, back them up to an external hard drive or cloud-based storage system to avoid any losses and allows you to recover quickly after an incident. It is recommended to use both cloud and hard drive storage methods. Keep the backup separate from the network. Make sure backups are secure with a strong password and two-step verification, and make sure backups are encrypted at rest, which means while it is being stored, and in transit when you upload and download files, etc. Encryption prevents anyone unauthorized from viewing your content and information. Reserving the brand's social media handles, even if they do not plan to use them, allows a business to have a consistent presence on all social media platforms to make it easy for businesses to find you, and takes away the opportunity for cybercriminals to use them and pretend to be the business. Verify the request or account through trusted contacts. Look out for imposter accounts. Regularly search for your business online to see whether there are any accounts pretending to be you. Report rogue accounts on the social media platform. Avoid using public Wi-Fi, as cybercriminals can capture information you send over the network, including login credentials, and report scams to Action Fraud. To summarize what we have talked about today, stop and think, look for the red flags. Implement cybersecurity best practices, such as having a strong password policy and updating your software for the app and device. Turn on your privacy settings for private social media accounts. Train staff to spot common signs of scams. Have a social media policy in place, and report to Action Fraud and the National Cybersecurity Centre. The NCSC have certified organisations that can help create incident response and disaster recovery plans. Our website at PDSC.com has free resources for you to use and share, including our social media guidance. We also have parental guidance on social media use for children on our safeguarding page. The Metropolitan Police provide little guide booklets and videos to raise awareness of fraud. Thank you for joining me today. Do check out our resources at policedsc.com, and we look forward to seeing you again next time.